spree.
Hello and welcome to this ASMR deck review for First UK Armoured, and you can see the deck on your screen, unless it's been covered by the generous channel members who are generously bankrolling this channel. But we'll go through it tab by tab. So I bring 3 cards of supply, and because of the way they've done it, I have to bring 3 cards of different supply. So the helicopter's 6,000 supply in a card, the Stolly is 5,000 supply in a card, the Bedford is 5,000 in a card. I'm pretty sure the Stolly is less cost efficient than the Bedford. Well, actually, no, it would be slightly more cost efficient than... No, hang on, it's 10... This is 10 extra points for 250 supply. And this is 35 points for 1,000 supply. So the Stolly is actually less efficient than the Bedford, so there's just no reason to bring it. Infantry tab. I've come to the conclusion that the Spartan MCT is a bait, because it's got bad stealth, so they see it when it shoots, and it used to have 12 missiles and now it's only got 6, and so there's just no point in it. I might as well instead just bring the Para Milan 2s, of which I get 2 more at 1 vet than the regular Milan 2s, for 5 points, and they get forward deployed, so they're just obviously better. Terry Perez, Carl Gustav, the availability just keeps going down, Derek's just nerfing UK over and over, but you still need them. I think you still need them. These guys are still bad. Like, what's the advantage? They get 1 less availability. Incredible. Like, why? Why would you want it? Save 5 points for a much worse rocket launcher. You get shock, which just never does anything anyway, because you need to be 135 meters from your opponent to use shock. It just shouldn't be an aura. They should just get better stats, like 10% better stats or something. It just shouldn't be an aura. Yeah, it's just a dumb unit. Arm rifles in the Warrior Milan. This is your bread and butter. Bring 2 cards of that. 2 cards of regular rifles, which are your bread and butter in towns and stuff, because they've got the lore 80. I'll be honest, it might be worth me shedding this for another card of arm rifles, but we'll see. Generally doesn't matter. And then assault pioneers, which are just bad. They're just terrible. But you need something for the towns, I guess. I might actually just get rid of these. They're just so utterly useless. Britain really struggling in towns. Artillery, I bring this. Standard howitzer. And then I bring this for smoke. Derek's nerfed all the light howitzers for seemingly no reason. So I upvet them to get the aim time down, because the aim time by default used to be 16 seconds. Now it's 18 if you upvet. So it's a big nerf. Tank tab, saddest tanks. This is like a much worse T80 BV, except it's more expensive. So that's big brain. Yeah, Challenger CV, Chieftain CV. Why not more Challenger CVs? I don't know. Sometimes you want a cheaper CV. Challenger Mark 3s, you gotta upvet them, because after they take 1 shot, they just become useless. Same with the Mark 2s. And the idea is basically you start with the Mark 9s, and you buy like literally all the Mark 9s. And then once you run out of those, you move into the Challengers, and by then hopefully the enemy air force has all died trying to kill your Chieftains. You start with the Mark 9s, yeah. The Striker's reasonably good standoff, it's just because it's mediocre stealth, it's kind of useless. But the Milan 2... Well, it's just this as the range, basically, and you can sort of spam it a bit more. 2 armor means that at max range, some things might not one-shot it, but you don't use this in ones, you use it in, like, pairs at minimum. At minimum, you need it in pairs. And this is good for, like, sneaking around the sides and stuff because of the good stealth, but the Milan 2's, of course, less range than the Striker, so I don't know which is better. To be honest, maybe the Milan 2 is better, because, the accuracy's so much higher, and the pen's a little bit higher, but you lose that range sometimes. Listen, if you're in an open field against T80 BVs, this is your best bet, and I appreciate that it's useless, but that's the game we play. Gazelle, for gazelling. Scouts, but you don't want them in the Spartan because it's too slow, so just bring them in the Rover. Scout lore 80, same thing. I used to bring... Oh yeah, I remember now. So SAS Patrol instead of Scouts. So the GSR was broken last patch, and so that's why I took the SAS Patrol out, but now the GSR's back. Might as well bring the SAS Patrol. You bring them for the ground surveillance radar, GSR. You don't bring them for the strength, or you don't bring them for the sniper, because the sniper's absolutely useless, and the satchels don't really do anything either. And then this thing you put with your tanks so that your tanks can see. Sadly, the availability is very low. This thing's useless. Like, the availability was nerfed on it to quote-unquote stop spam. It's a useless vehicle. Really does my head in sometimes. Tracked Rapier goes up in price every patch. Javelin LML, it exists. Lynx Alarm, Gazelle Rocket, Air Tab. So some people like to quote-unquote spam air, but these are high-altitude bombers, and these die in one hit to a cub. So I think I honestly disagree with the strategy. But a lot of people like to do it. Oh, I'm going to spam air with First UK, and the enemy just moves. Unless they're just completely incompetent, they'll just move. Because these are high-altitude bombers. How do you know? You just have to play the game and find out. They don't tell you on the stat card. This is a dive bomber, so I do use this. So yeah, I don't do much in the way of air spam on this division. I'm more of an ground spammer. And I will see you in-game. Right, so here I am in the ASMR YouTube video, and I'm against Don't Phase Me Bro. I'm Hippie's #1 fan. I'm not actually Hippie. Wow, I love Hippie videos. Hashtag UK. And yeah, TKS, interesting. I guess you might do some rush with helicopters at the start. We have to be very, very careful about that with the air mobiles. So we need to open with quite a lot of AA. It's difficult. It's difficult because if he opens with the AMX-10, then we have a different problem. So I guess that's what the Para Rover Milans are for, but well, I don't know. Let's get these guys out. I don't know how soon he'll get to here, right? Like, he might actually be able to shoot this unit before it gets to the house. So we'll unload it there. So I don't remember the AMX timings. Like, this will probably be okay. And I'll get a Milan 2 in here. The same reason. I do wonder if, to be honest, I might just unload it here. Because I don't want it to die. But we have to watch out for the AMX rush, and we have to watch out for the heli rush. So but you know, after all, it is TKS, right? It's not exactly the best division in the world. So get some scouts lore 80 over to you. So you might rush down there. It's very difficult to know. And I'll open 2 CVs because I'm expecting if I survive his rush, it's going to be a total grind fest. Yikes. Just don't want this to die. I'm in charge here. That's probably my favourite voice line because it's from The Dark Knight Rises. When Bane hits CIA, CIA shouts, "I'm in charge here." Go back and watch the movie if you don't believe me. So, it's difficult, bro. But yeah, we'll stick to the plan. Spam the Chieftain Mark 9s and then swap into the better things. So we need a couple of these. And yeah, he might do some bigger... If I was him, I would attack over here. So, some rifles and assault pioneers.
Waiting for instructions. We'll deploy at this position.
I'm in charge here. So the same thing might happen to this, right? So we need to unload it there.
What are your orders, sir?
I know it seems very silly, but it is what it is. And then I can afford 2 of these. No, I can't. It's GG. Because the price keeps going up. So I'll buy... That's so sad, man. That's so sad. What can I get rid of? Get rid of the assault pioneers in here.
Looking for enemy planes.
So if he sends a vehicle through, that's why you need the rifles, and the satchel's kind of useless, so... Fine, just do that. Do I get anything for 60 points? Not really. I could buy a hell arm so that it can explode. But I think recon helicopter's probably the best bet.
At your orders.
But what I really need is a supply for these two, because they'll just immediately lose their smoke, and then smoke takes 200 supply.
What do you need, Captain?
I don't know what the hell Darrex is smoking, honestly. Smoke takes 200 supply and it's not written anywhere on the unit. You gotta think about that. You gotta think about that. Right, how's the average player supposed to know that? Very angrily whispering here. How's the average player supposed to know that? Well, I just heard my neighbour leave, actually. The average player doesn't know that, right? So why would you do it? Because it's not written anywhere on the stat card. It's just really silly. It's really silly. And the supply costs are all messed up anyway. Like, why is 840 rounds of 7.62 210 supply? Right, that's the same as 20 tank rounds. Doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Warno is a game made in France. Did we get the Zebby? The Zibby. This thing's just for the Chieftains, basically. Gotta keep it alive, though, because the AMX will kill it in one shot. Oh, he's ready. Thanks for waiting. And I'd like to take this time to thank the generous channel joiners who generously join the channel. They get the names on the screen. They get the videos up to a week early. The deck build is going to be in a separate video, I think, unless I can't be bothered. He thinks I'm Hippie. I'm Hippie's #1 fan. That's somebody else. I just love Hippie videos. Great. So we're not dead to an AMX. Crazy, what a world. I actually survived.
Platoon is formed and ready.
That's correct. Hippie doesn't play the UK divs, just complains about them because they're so weak.
Enemy nearby.
So he is aeromobiling, but he's like, what?
Somebody call for a car.
That is weird. That is so odd. No, I mean, oh,
Well done, guys.
so the AMX did get around, so that's actually bad news all around. But no, what I need is the jet.
Well done, guys.
Because look at
Yes,
this.
sir.
This is silly. Get this, I've got to get this out of here. Like, this has been stunned, so it's actually not going to land.
We've got 'em.
And they'll all die in their transports. And I think I got that. Get in the buildings, you fools. So we sort of called it perfectly. We knew he was going to do one of two things, and he did both.
As you command, sir.
I am very worried about the fact that there's an AMX around here. Oh,
Roger, Red Leader.
don't YOLO the I wanted to get that Super Puma, but it's not a problem if we don't.
Get in formation. Platoon formed and ready. Backwards.
That is annoying. Right. So I think there's nobody over here.
Let's go.
So I'm just going to walk forwards.
Yes, sir.
What the hell? Oh, there's that AMX.
All ammo spent.
So let me know what you think about this game. Maybe I'll put the deck build in the same game. I don't know. Don't phase me, bro. Similar number of games to me, actually. That means he's just as good as me. The last time I played against him, which I will link in the description, things went very, very differently. But we knew exactly what he was going to do. That was a pretty funny game.